How are you doing? Rabbi Zach here. So in Florida, there are many things around that can tell you that you're in Florida. First, it's the sun that's in the air. Probably might find some iguanas on the ground, some lizards, but of course, the palm tree. Palm trees can be found all around Florida. See, Florida has something called hurricanes. Hurricanes have a lot of wind. Big oak trees, like the one in Louisville, won't really last in a hurricane. Palm trees are specifically designed in a special way in which, when it winds, the palm trees will bend, but not break. Amazing thing. I always wondered what if they had palm trees back in the time of the Talmud. What would they use a palm tree as a parable for? I think I have an idea. Wait for it. King David writes in the very first Tehillim, the very first psalm, V'haya ki eitz shasu al palgei mayim. It's like a little tree that is by the side of a very small stream of water. Asher pirio yitain be'ito v'aleo lo yibo v'chol asher yaseh yatzliach, which brings forth its fruit in its season, its leaves never wilt, and whatever he does prospers. The Medrash explains the parable. Imagine this little tree that's by the river, a small stream. It says even though these branches are so small, from the fact that this tree stays by this river of water, its roots become so strong, so powerful, that even if there were to be strong winds from the four corners of the earth, this tree will not blow away. It's connected to this stream, this life force of water. What is King David referring to? The answer is referring to a person who has Torah and he has good deeds. When a person is connected to its life force of Judaism, of Torah education, and a person has good deeds, and even though the world around him can be so challenging, and the world can be so full of pressures and full of so many obstacles, the connection that she has to Torah, the connection that he has to good deeds, will hold him strong against all the forces around them. And the way I understand this is that ultimately what protects us from the hurricanes and tornadoes that we face in our life, whether they be physical or whether they be spiritual, ultimately the thing that carries us through, that protects us, that allows us to bend like a palm tree but not to break, is our connection to Hashem. And our connection to Hashem can come through one thing and one thing only, and that's through His Torah and through His mitzvos. It's so important as us as individuals, and if anybody out there is a parent, we look at the future of the world that is today, and where the world's going to be, we think about our children. We want our children, we realize the experiences we've already had in our lives. We've experienced our own personal tornadoes. We want to ensure the safety, we want to ensure the strength of our children. The answer is provide for them a palgei mayim. Provide for those plants, although their branches might be small, but their roots can be so big and so strong. Connect them with Torah, connect them with mitzvos, with good deeds, truth education. That, says King David, says the Medrash, that is ultimately going to be. You think you're going to be a big, strong tree? You'll be nothing if your roots are weak. strengthen the roots, and this tree will sustain and be around forever. All the best.